in his fifth over. He's given nothing away. 2 for 4. Really hitting the deck hard.
Just going back to our statistic that was shown a little bit earlier around when Afghanistan get to 275 and above, is I don't think anyone's ever doubted their ability to defend because of the quality of their bowling attack. It has been their batting in the past that has let them down. When we go back to World Cups, they've troubled teams, but they've often just not had enough on the board. Bowled again. I almost think that they've got to go into a World Cup, an Asia Cup, and say, look, let's not set our goal too high when we bat first. Let's not try and go and get 300. Because if we go get 250, 260, we're going to be very, very difficult to beat. These are the wickets that have gone down. Mohammad Nabi, safe pair of hands. This was a beauty. That was the pick of them. Absolute beauty of a delivery. Shanto could do nothing about it. And then Faruqi outthinks Naeem.
Yeah, 2 loose shots, but the one that Shanto got was a beauty. I agree 100%, HD. Yeah, he was trying to play it on the onside. He's coming round the wicket. It's not a easy ball to bowl. To make sure you control it. Have a look at this. There's a bit of a drift as well. Good seam position. And it just turns at the very last moment. And a shock of surprise on Shanto's face. That was a beauty. Will be a wide. And it's not just only Faruqi and Mujibur Rahman. There is Rashid Khan. So the bowling attack. Now what about Mohammad Nabi? Ones who've done it in the past, and they've ensured that when they get in these kind of a situation, they don't disappoint. The batters did a really good job, but you need to find your bowlers to back them up. It's a good pitch to bat on. He hasn't even come to bowl yet, Rashid Khan. Short ball. $27 for 3. And also have bowled very nicely in this inning so far. But that's the challenge. That is the biggest challenge for Bangladesh, to cope up with the likes of Rashid Khan, Mujibur Rahman, Mohammad Nabi and Fazl Haq Faruqi. It needs to stay calm. I know the required run rate will keep on increasing. Important for them to make sure they do not lose another wicket here. Just give themselves a bit of a time to get set.
They've got a man that still needs to bowl in it. Safi, who was the debutant in the previous ODI, and he went at nearly 10s to the over. So he's going to have to bowl his quota today. That might be an opportunity for Bangladesh to get themselves out of this position. But as you rightly point out, they can't do it if they're 5-6 down. This is a critical partnership for the home side.
Just baby going down the leg side. He wants to take the review. We'll have to wait and see. He has taken the review.
TV umpire to director, we have a play review for LBW, on-field decision, not out. Check the front foot, fair delivery, front on skin vision, please. Doesn't appear to be any bat, but just go to Ultra to confirm bat or no bat, please. We're standing by for Ultra Edge. Keep running it through for me, please. There's a clear gap between bat and ball on a flat line. No bat involved. Ball tracking when ready, please. Original decision, not out. Pitching out it off, impact in line. Wickets missing. Quasi, you can stay with your original not out decision. Stand by. You're on screen signal now.
He was spot on. Good decision from the umpire. They lose the review. 28 for 3. Outlaws Afghanistan after the power play. Bangladesh struggling, seriously struggling at 28 for 3. Right, we mentioned about Mohammad Salim. Now he's in the attack. He bowled 4.2 overs in that first one-day international, went for 36 without picking up a wicket. Are they going to target him? Happy to pick up a single.
Well, this is the reason why it's the captain's responsibility to decide whether it's going upstairs or not, because Mujib said that was definitely out. He couldn't believe it was given not out. Well, it didn't even clip leg stump. They lost their review. Yeah, I agree with you. This is an area of the game that I think Bangladesh need to target. They can get on top of this fella and get themselves back in the game, because it's highly unlikely you're going to take Rashid Khan for 8 and over.
Yeah, you can feel that, especially someone like Tawhid Ridoy is trying a little bit too hard, isn't he? He's just tried to play too many shots. He hasn't faced too many deliveries, faced 13 deliveries, and he's only scored 1 run. So the pressure will keep mounting. But then it's important for someone like Shakib Al Hasan, the senior campaigner, to go and have a quiet little chat in between the overs to just let him calm down. There will be opportunities for him to score. Important for him to stick around. That's the LBW appeal. The keeper is way down the leg side, but initially when it struck the pad, he was still behind the stumps. Also, keeper plays a big part, right? You ask the bowler, you ask the keeper, the fielder in the slip cordon, the closing fielder, was there a bit of a bat? But that looked to the naked eye up from here that he was just drifting down the leg side. They can't find the gaps. It's a good-looking shot. Very well fielded. Najibullah Zadran.
Yeah, he might have been off the ground just to change his shirt. He bowled a 5-over spell, and it really is sweaty work out there, so he might have just had a change of shirt and come back on the ground.
Top edge form. Not in control, but he'll still take it.
That's rushed him a little bit. I know the speed gun says 135, but this really does get onto him quickly. It's a good bumper.
Yeah, the problem for Shakib was when he saw it was short, he went for it, but the ball just came back to the left-hander going away, so he just cramped him up for room. Coming over the wicket to the left-hander, he just had a bit of a shape going away from the left-hander. Again. That's why Hashmatullah Shahidi has a slip in place. 34 for 3. Mohammad Nabi in the attack. 396 wickets between Rashid, Nabi and Mujib. 396 one-day international wickets. Incredible, isn't it? It's not going to be easy. Down the leg side will be a wide.
Well, Nabi likes to bowl to left-handers. Afghanistan generally bring him on when there is a left-hander at the crease. Comes around the wicket and he tries to just slide it in at middle and leg.
Easy one, easy one, easy one.
Now, I know that we're a long way here from the 50 overs, but I do think that Bangladesh need to identify a couple of these Afghan bowlers who they can go after. As I said, Rashid Khan's highly unlikely going to go at 8 and over, so Nabi's got to go for a few. And the seamer is on at the moment from the ice screen end.
Yeah, the problem for Bangladesh that in the last match, the top 5 got into the double figures, but only Tawhid Ridoy picked up a 50.
No run, no run.
And when you're
Lovely.
going down to chase a total of above 300, you would want somebody to get 100. He'll be quite pleased. Jonathan Trott, head coach of Afghanistan.
No run, lovely Ajay.
I'm going to nickname Jonathan Trott the human frown. he always looks as though he's frowning when he's watching his team play. It doesn't matter how on top they are.
One, easy one.
He has the ability to get the drift, and the ball all of a sudden seems to just go away from the right-hander. It's a good over. Only 4 in that over. 38 for 3. And a bit of a shake, even for Mohammad Salim. Kept low.
Slip's been taken out, moved into mid-wicket on the one.
They're swinging it hard. Again a top edge. Goes fine, goes for boundary. It's not coming from the middle part of the bat.
He's got a boundary here, Tawad Rudoy, but he hasn't found his rhythm as a batter this evening. It's almost as if he's just trying to hit everything for four. Whereas where he played so well the other night in the first ODI, is he just found a rhythm to his innings while everyone was falling around him. He's a sweet timer of the ball, and he's almost just trying to hit it too hard here.
And he's tried different things in the middle. Yeah, what about him?
Yeah, it bowled well. He's their strike bowler, and this is something that before he came into the side they struggled with. They didn't have someone with genuine pace who could rattle the opposition. He touches 140, and against Bangladesh tonight, he's run in and he's bowled the ball back of a length. He's hit the wicket hard. There's plenty of short pitch deliveries there. And Mohammad Salim is doing exactly the same thing. This is a definite ploy here, a game plan from Afghanistan.
And both those wickets were of a short pitch delivery from the seamers. Yeah, even if it's a very good pitch for batting, you got to use it wisely in terms of where you want to pitch the ball. 67% on the shorter side. And those two wickets also coming, bowling short pitch deliveries. So they're caughting them by surprise. Down the leg side. So they've been outstanding. Well, if you see when the batters go in and pile up 3 and 31, the bowlers will be thinking, okay, they've done their job, all we have to do is just keep it tight and simple, and the ball will do the rest.
And the other problem that Bangladesh find themselves in is, yes, 3 wickets down, but after it's nearly 13 overs and the required rate is touching 8 already.
Just about boundary that over. 42 for 3.
Always ready, me.
No run, no run. Lovely, lovely, Ajay, Ajay, shabash,
Yeah, the
shabash.
problem with Tawhid Ridwan, who's at the non-strikers end, the way he has batted so far, it looks like he wants to hit every ball. By doing that, he's missing out on the singles.
Gotcha!
One down the wicket, was beaten in the flight, is lucky, very lucky. Had to reach out to play that shot.
He's just dragged this, hasn't he? No pace. Nabi takes all the pace off the ball. They need another one in the inner circle here. They need 5. Mid-off coming up.
No run, lovely. Keep that, boys. Shabash.
Afghanistan knows how important this game is. They've never won a bilateral threes against Bangladesh. Already one up in the series. 331 on the board. They've picked up 3 wickets. They're on the top at the moment, Afghanistan. It's all about what you're thinking.
It's Ryan Marin. He's the fielding coach for Afghanistan.
Lovely, boy. Shabash.
Ryan Marin, the fielding coach for Afghanistan, has done a lot of work with John T. Rhodes over the years. He's travelled to countries like India and worked with John T. Rhodes in different fielding schools. It really is his specialty. You know, there's a lot of coaches who, head coaches, assistant coaches, but specialist fielding coaches, and Ryan Marin from Afghanistan is certainly, he's one of those. 45 for 3 off the 14. It just shows you that when they put decent runs on the board, they're an exceptionally difficult side to beat. When they get to those World Cups and they play against the likes of India, Australia, or England, what normally lets Afghanistan down is their batting. They don't get enough runs. Tonight, their batters were absolutely brilliant, but they need to add a little bit of consistency to their performances with the bat. And when I talk about consistency, I'm just talking 250, 260. If they get those types of scores, this bowling attack will win them lots of games. But they don't do that enough with the bat.
Spot on, HD. Spot on. And I'm sure that after this performance from the bat, specifically from the bat, they'll start to realize what you just said, that we've got such a strong bowling unit, you've got to give them enough runs to defend. Yeah, today, too many. But 275, if you can score 275 on a consistent basis, you will win more matches. Short one pulled away, lovely shot from Shakib Al-Hasan. In total control.
He was waiting for this one. Mohammad Salim has bowled a lot of short balls, and I think now that Shakib has got the message, he just sort of sat and waited on his left foot and said, well, I'll have some of this, and he has spanked them.
And that too against Mohammad Salim, the bowler that we were talking about, whether he's the one that they will start to target. Change of angles, lovely cover drive. That is a beauty from Shakib Al-Hasan. First one, it was a pull. The second one, a gorgeous looking drive.
It's full, there's a hint of width, and we've seen this man do this shot over and over again over the course of his career. This is power. Not so much timing, just power.
Smashes it, doesn't he? Again, stand and deliver. Better. Good comeback from Mohammad Salim.
Just changed his angle here. He's come around the wicket now, trying to cramp Shakib for room. over the wicket there. He dropped it short, dispatched through mid-wicket, and then gave him a little bit of width going across him. So now changes his angle. But if he gets it too straight, he gets it in and around middle and leg, Shakib will be looking. There's a big vacant area through that mid-wicket region. 8 off the over, final delivery of the 15th.
He might have to re-bowl that. Yes, he will, because it's a wide. Yeah, with the last boundary, Bangladesh goes across 50. And they need a partnership. They need to put up a fight. Bangladesh, 29 now the partnership. And you've got to give yourself time. As a batter, you've seen how good or true it played, when, especially when the openers from Afghanistan were batting. Bangladesh came back strongly, picking up 9 wickets for 75 runs. Again, change of angles over the wicket. Cuts it nicely, sweet touch. And there's a fielder in the lead, but he'll come back for the second. It's a good over, very good over for Bangladesh. 11 in that over. After 15, 56 for 3.
Sama-sama, boys!
That's what's transpired in this second ODI. Afghanistan posting a mammoth score of 331 for 9. Bangladesh in a whole lot of bother. Trying to play catch-up right from the word go. They're tottering now. And that's lucky once again. Tried to make room for himself, trying to tonk it away over the covers. Instead, it gets a fortunate boundary to the third man region. He's not too happy, but Tawhid Ridha is going to take it.
Now Bangladesh will take it however it comes. They need boundaries, they need scores. The required run rate has already been under 8 now. So they'll take it however the way it comes. But these two pair can put together a good partnership as they have. All comes down the track.
Well, at least you can see the intentions are clear. Gaining in a little bit of confidence. They've had a bit of luck on 3 occasions. We've seen the outer part of the bat being achieved, and they get the 4 runs on each occasion. So that's somehow given them a semblance of confidence level, and they're trying to take it on, particularly Shakib Al Hasan, been proactive. Just checks the stroke, get that big backswing, and then eventually not the complete flourish of the bat.
It's a great opportunity for the youngster like Tawhid Ridha to get the opportunity to bat alongside a very experienced campaigner, Shakib Al Hasan. This partnership is already looking good for Bangladesh because they need to stay at the wicket, take the game as deep as they can, and give themselves a chance that yes, they can chase no matter how big the total is.
They've got to tell themselves, look, we managed to stop them from going for runs, more runs than they eventually got, with some good bowling at the end. Now that's a controlled shot. He was shimming down the wicket, but he disjected shot, realization that he was not quite to the pitch of that ball to hit right through the line and go over the top.
Mohammad Ami enjoys bowling to the left-handers, and more often than not for Afghanistan, he gets the left-handers out so often.
This gets a single to finish off. A good over for the batters, 9 from it, 16 overs done, 65 for 3. It's time for a break and some drinks. And it was a struggle for Bangladesh in their response. Lost 3 wickets very, very early.
Absolutely, Farooqi and Mujib were firing from both ends. Litton Das was the first to go, not able to read the bounce of the ball and not able to clear. And this was speech over delivery. Getting Shanto bowled, didn't have any answer to that. And the third to follow was chop on onto his stump, Mohammad Naeem. Afghanistan really had a good power play, and Bangladesh are 3 down with 65 after 16 overs. And in comes Rashid Khan.
A man who's been tormenting the Bangladeshis. Comes from the eye screen, and 165 wickets in his ODI career. Seems to be getting better and better. Not interested. Such a quick release of the ball. Despite that, he gets prodigious turn on occasions. Last one was 97 clicks. Something that you've got to watch out for, in addition to the spin and the change of angles.
People really enjoy bowling under these conditions, the fact that there's a lot for Afghanistan to defend. Not to forget that he's very miserly as for his giving away. Oh, he's got him, bowled him through the gates.
Just could not read the googly. As I said, at point of release, it's very difficult to detect which way the ball's going to turn. Tawhid Ridha playing for the orthodox leg spin. What it did was nip back. The googly going the other way, finding its way between bat and bat, and hitting timber. He strikes early. Bangladesh in further trouble. Loses Tawhid Ridha for 16. It's now 65 for 4. A man who has been there for Bangladesh cricket for many, many years. And he's coming at a position of strife. Look at that. 234th innings. And 44, 50s, 900s. But forget the numbers. It's a question of survival now. Just trying to steady the rocking boat. And it's been rocked very heavily by the Afghan bowlers. Is in the middle because of this. Just could not read the trajectory of the ball going the way. You can see the original track it would have taken. It would have nipped back in the run and really foxed to Tawhid Ridha.
Looks pleased, and he must have just discussed this delivery before bowling it with Mohammad Nabi, indicating to him that I got the better of him.
It's that supreme confidence he has in the deliveries he bowls. As a leg spinner in the old days, he used to say, you purchase your wickets. But with Rashid Khan, he knows exactly what ball he's going to bowl and where he's going to pitch it. He's so focused, and the mindset he has is delivered with the skill set that he has. Absolutely incredible bowler.
Well, with him, he brings that pressure of being the Rashid Khan, and how internationally recognized he is for his wicket-taking abilities. And straight away in his first over, he gets the breakthrough and breaks the partnership. Bangladesh, 67 for 4 after 17 overs.
None of the batters making an impression. Very, very good from Farooqi early on. Compounding the problems was the support of the two spinners. Shakib Al Hasan, the lone ranger for Bangladesh, trying to just hold it together. Waits and finds the fielder in the deep, just the single.
Now they won't mind just giving away singles. At this stage of the game, Bangladesh, however, will need to construct innings. And what better than these two batters out in the middle, Shakib Al Hasan and Mushfiqur Rahim, the two most senior players for Bangladesh, need to do this. They were building some partnership, but Rashid got him the breakthrough.
Rashid Khan so wily with his change of lines, variations on his orthodox leg spin. Have a look at the first one just before the wicket ball. This is the previous delivery, the orthodox leg spin, and then similar place, it just snipped back the wrong and really outsmarted the batter. Terrific bowling. It's virtually the same length even.
Yeah, that's the quality. That's his quality, that he actually lands it in the very same area. And the second one just nips back in. So you need to play him for his googlies. You don't want to give away your wicket. Yeah, you won't be able to score a lot of runs, but you will at least be able to contain him.
Yes, just the question of reading the ball. But let's talk about Nabi now. We'll come back to Rashid. I'm sure he's going to come back for the next over. Nabi, what about him? What about the agility he has shown while fielding? I was very impressed. Catches taken, tumbling, stops in the outfield.
Well, that catch that he took off Shakib, had it been a boundary, Shakib will have been on the song. We know about Shakib Al Hasan. He was struggling for runs, and we thought that there was something coming up. So it was just one or another for Afghanistan or Bangladesh, and it was that effort from Muhammad Nabi taking a wonderful catch. And he gets him out. Umpire raises his finger, and he believes that he has got Shakib Al Hasan out, LBW.
TV umpire, two director, player review for LBW, on-field decision out.
I believe he's taken the review. He thinks that it might just be going down the leg side.
It doesn't appear to be any bat. Just go to Ultra Edge, confirm bat or no bat, please. Ultra Edge coming up. Keep rolling it through for me, please. Keep going. It's a clear gap between bat and ball. Flat line. No bat involved. Ball track him and ready, please. Just standing by for ball tracking. The original decision is out. Pitching out sort of impact in line. Wickets, umpires call. Gazi, you can stay with your original out decision. Stand by. You're on screen signal now.
Well, it's gone with umpire's call. It was given out and just similar sort of dismissal earlier with the Bangladesh bowlers. But Shakib Al Hasan has been the mainstay for a while now. Takes that disconsolate walk back. 25 he scored. It's 71 for 5.
by Muhammad Nabi. So Muhammad Nabi, Mujib Zadran and D. Rashid Khan have taken 399 wickets. And not to forget, Rashid Khan has got Mushfiqur Rahim got out 10 times in competitive cricket. It's going to be a very tough work here for Bangladesh. They've already lost half of their team back to the pavilion. A huge task to save the series for Bangladesh.
Oh, that is a call, and Rashid Khan would believe it. Has completely boxed off Afghanistan. Didn't have the foggiest idea what the ball was doing. Is halfway into his shot, and Trot is going to be a happy man. Afif goes back without bothering the scorers.
Rashid Khan continuing to do what he does best, foxing the batsman. Afif does not have any idea of this ball. Googly falling safely into the hands of Muhammad Nabi. So now these three Afghan dangerous spinners together take 400 wickets. Afif Hussain does not bother the scorers. Bangladesh are 72 for 6.
Always ready, always.
In comes Mehdi Hasan Miraj. Numbers tell you that he's a capable batter with 100. He's coming when Bangladesh have got their backs to the wall. Desperate situation. Even there, the ball seemed to have just slid through.
The last recognized batsman for Bangladesh, Mehdi Hasan Miraj. And everyone's been struggling to read Rashid Khan off his hand. Very difficult to play him off the pitch. You don't have enough time to be able to react against his googlies and against his leg breaks. Afif not having any answer to it. Bangladesh in all sorts of trouble.
To say the least, in every form, every department of the game today. So we come to the end of the 19th over at 73 for 6.
They do not have any answers. After the 20 overs, we will have a full game. So even if rain comes, and if we may look at the DLS, which doesn't look around, doesn't look as if Bangladesh could make it.
Oh, it's a distant, very distant hope. But the situation of the game, required run rate 8.43, 6 wickets down. I feel that this game is going to be over. And going to go in favor of Afghanistan, who've done a sterling job initially with the bat, posting one of the highest totals, and that mountain to climb, that scoreboard pressure seems to have just played on the minds of all the Bangladeshi batters. Always nervy, didn't get off to the start they wanted, lost a wicket early.
রাতে ওই ডোমেন কিনা ওটা দেখি করে দেব
Continuation of that,
ওটার মধ্যে সেটআপ করে ফেলাই ওটার মধ্যে
struggling to get
আপলোড
out
করে
of
থাকি
this
একটু করতে থাকি
very difficult situation.
একটু বাইরে আসতো বাসায় যায়
Afghanistan will
রাতে
feel very
ডোমেন
good
কিনা
if they can defend this
সেভেন
total,
করে
because
আপনাকে পাঠাই দেব
they put together a total of above 300 against Sri Lanka and they were not able to defend it. But here, they look well set. End of the over. 77 for 6.
Hello.
His favorite shot. Can only get a single. They know that there's going to be some protection in the deep. Rashid Khan has look at the comparison. That's the orthodox leg break. Once he bowls the googly, seems to be a little closer, not too much, maybe a couple of inches. I don't think that is the cause. Not very distinctive, the two deliveries, but definitely the release points, and with other leggies you can catch at point of release the back of the hand. What he does is disguises them so well. Very difficult to say which way the ball is going to go.
Absolutely spot on. He doesn't give away much to the batters, and that has been his weapon of success. He's fast, he's quick, he's very smart.
Come on, Rush.
And more in hope that appeal than any conviction. He looks a little uncomfortable there. He's taking a little rest.
He's actually thinking he might have caught this. Just thinking whether it was edge on the bat, and was he able to catch that? They seem
TV umpire, two directors, we have a player review for LBW, on-field decision, not out. I've checked the front foot, fair delivery, front on spin vision, please. It doesn't appear to be any bat. It's quite close to the glove. Can you just go to ultra edge to confirm bat or no bat, please? Keep rolling it forward for me, please. Keep rolling forward. Keep going forward. The flat line as the ball passes the bat and glove. No bat involved. Ball tracking when ready, please. Just standing by for ball tracking. Original decision not out. Pitching in line, impact outside. Richard, you can stay with your original not out decision. Stand by. Your on-screen signal. Your on-screen
It
signal.
was going down the leg side, kept on going. They've lost the review. A little interested in taking it. Don't really blame them. Why not give it a try? You're dictating terms. Things might go your way, but they've run out of the reviews. Oh, that kept low. Slithered along the ground. It's got four fortunate runs.
Umpire has indicated that they were biased, so it missed everything. The bat, gloves of Rahmanullah Gurbaz kept low, ran away to the boundary. Now the only thing Afghanistan have not done right have been the selection of the reviews, whether to take or leave. So that's the reason why now Afghanistan are left with no reviews. They do not have any more reviews left. Yes. The situation of the game is quite much in the favor of Afghanistan at this stage. But it's also important that you look at the reviews and take them accordingly. So Bangladesh are 84 for 6.
Hello, break.
Well, we saw in the first game as well, every time he brought a new bowler, got him a wicket. This time around again, every time he brought it, the new bowlers got him the wickets and breakthroughs. So that's been a really good read of the game that Afghanistan will certainly rely and need a lot coming into the Asia Cup and the mega event of the Cricket World Cup 2023.
Well, from the way they've played here today, they'll be forced to contend with, I'm sure, because they've gelled together so very nicely. The batters, two of them getting hundreds, the bowlers doing their job. Even with the big boys, when the lock horns in the World Cup, I think they're going to give the big boys, the big teams, a run for their money.
In Bangladesh, it's not easy to beat Bangladesh. Bangladesh, one of the strongest teams. And then when you talk to any cricketing teams, any cricketing nations, I was talking to the skipper just the other day, and he said beating any country in their own soil is not an easy task.
They're doing nicely. Absolutely right. Bangladesh have got an enviable record. Since 2015, I think they've lost only two series, two ODI series to England. And this is possibly going to be their third. So absolutely right in the saying that it is difficult to beat them. But the way the Afghans are playing today, deserve it. Another quick one, hurried down on that one, faded away. Retains the strike at the end of the 22nd over. It's 89 for 6. Good record in the past, in the recent past. Rashid Khan has been duping batters all around the world with his orthodox leg spin, his googlies, his flippers, his changes of pace. Enticement like that floated delivery. It's all there. It's all there.
Absolutely, and this is what you were talking about earlier about his leg break in googly. When he bowls the googly, he just tends to come a little closer to the umpire. But in the heat of the moment, I really doubted if the batters will really much notice. Afghanistan continue to attack. I like the fact that they have put a slip for Rashid Khan.
Those are the variations, orthodox leg break release points. That's maybe that little bit of indicator some batters need. That's an area he favors well. Half corner, wide of mid wicket. Plays it forward of square. The sweep. 44 balls since the last boundary.
Yeah, and this is how it's been. Talking about the variations of Rashid, and look at the leg where he's bowled and how he has boxed the batters with the variations in pace, and variations with the links.
And the percentage of googlies he bowls is pretty high. Maybe we can work that out. It seems that the blue-coloured googlies, quite a lot of them there. So it's not that it's a surprise kind of delivery. It's a regular kind of delivery. The percentage of googlies that he bowls.
Yeah, that's true. Which was the fact that I indicated earlier that you need to play him for the googly initially. We call him googly master. I mean, he's varying it. You could tell. He's really been enjoying himself out there. End of another over. 93 for 6.
Well, what a performance this has been from Afghanistan. We're going to have a new bowler now. Azmatullah Ormazai. Well, he's bowling with an older ball. He's been used with the new ball before. He has the ability to swing it around, but I'm not sure after this amount of overs that white ball will have any swing. But what a nice time for him to bowl with the opposition 6 down.
The job has already been done by the top bowlers. A great opportunity for someone like Ormazai. Gain that confidence. As Bangladesh finds themselves buried in the rubble, I must say.
Yeah, we know. Everyone knows they're a much better side than the performances that they've put on in these 2 one-day internationals. The batters were put under pressure in this game because of the amount of runs that they had to chase in the first one-day international. The bowlers were put under pressure because the batters didn't do the job. So it's one apiece. Maybe for that third one-day, they'll turn up as the unit that we know they are and that they can be.
A lot at stake for Bangladesh before moving on to the World Cup. Obviously, the expectations this time around is very high. Edged. He'll race towards the fence for 4. Boundary after 50 deliveries for Bangladesh.
Gee, this is bounced. This is bounced and skipped off the surface. I mean, that's raced off the outside edge before. He's only medium pace, but this has gone through. And you would argue that maybe the Afghan captain should have a couple of catches in there. Chooses not to. Chooses not to. It's good there. Najibullah Zagrani's very good at backward point.
I don't want to sound uncharitable, but HD, looking at the Bangladesh's batting, in the first game we have seen quite a few loose shots, suppose as Liton Kumar Dash and Nazmul Hossain Shanto. Bangladesh lost the momentum since then, but today, when they came out to bat chasing a huge target, I think they lacked some approach. We'll talk about it in the next over. Bangladesh 97 for 6.
Well, Afghanistan lost all those wickets at the back end of their innings after that immense opening stand of 256. Problem is Bangladesh lost all their wickets at the beginning. Should bring two more. Yeah, I think when you're chasing a total of over 300, Maz, is that if you've never done it before, and you think of someone like Tawad Ridoy, he really didn't look as though he knew what he was trying to do. He went completely away from what we become accustomed to seeing. That's a good shot. And B4.
That sounded really good. Mushfiqur Rahim. His eyes lit up when he saw that ball full outside the off stump. Still, he had to put that away, and he finds that gap really well.
Good player, Mushfiqur Rahim. And so Ridoy walked in there and he was just trying to swing at everything, and there was no momentum. He's such a wonderful timer of the ball, so he will learn from that. They struggled at the top again. Newman not troubling the scorers. Littendas, no runs again. You know, when you're chasing a big total like that, you need to get some momentum at the beginning, and Bangladesh had absolutely nothing.
And also, you must give credit to the opponent bowlers. The likes of Rashid Khan, Mujibur Rahman, they won't give you freebies quite often. So you need to find a way to deal against the top quality bowlers.
Sure, I think this is a time when you've got to commend the opposition for all departments, really. Just doff your cap and say, well done. End of the 25th, 104 for 6. Shakib and Ridoy nearly got something going with 40 or 53 before Shakib was dismissed. But it's been a bit of a procession, really. been exceptional. They've been absolutely brilliant with the ball in hand. Yes, they've had plenty to defend, but they've bowled it as if they've only had 150 on the board. There's been intensity and speed from the seamers, and there's been guile and magicians from the spin. All of it. Right, fielders going in every direction at the moment. Almazai is going to keep going. There is a slip going in. Ramat Shah.
Halfway through the stage, so as a batter, you have lost 6 wickets and 104. You're chasing target of 332. Obviously, things are not easy, but as a batsman, what would you think in the middle? Is it just about scoring those quick runs at the same time? You could come up with something like that. Straight to the fielder, he will get a single.
I certainly don't feel that the Bangladesh coaching staff need to dig too deep into this. We've seen them play such incredible cricket over the last 18 months, 2 years. In all forms of the white ball game, I say particular at home, saw them play well. Yes, they lost the series to England, but it was a good series. They won the last one day and then went on to destroying them in the T20 International. So they've played some really good cricket, and they've had strong performances right throughout their side, not just one or two players. So you might find that the coaching staff gather them in at the end of this game and say, don't worry about it, fellas. Go home, enjoy a couple of days off. Come in, we know what we're capable of doing.
I'm sure they will rectify the mistakes they made in the first two games, including this one. Especially in the batting department. Yes, the bowling also lacked fire today. But you have to give credit to the two batters. Ramanullah Gurbaz and Ibrahim Zadran, the way they batted.
Well, Bangladesh did win the toss and had the option to bat first, but didn't. And again, that might very well, it had a few of us fooled, really. A number of us didn't think that this surface would play as well as it did in that first innings, because it looked very similar to what the one for the one-day international. The first one-day international was played on, and that played terribly. This has been much better. It's had pace, it's had bounce, and we've seen misfields. So a boundary to conclude the 26th. 1-1-1 for 6.
With the ball as well. Oh, just missed out. Yeah, just going back to bowling. When they came, they knew they had a big total on the board, but still, they remained disciplined. Always asking those questions.
Well, not a big spinner of the ball, Mujibur Rahman. And the ball that got rid of Shanto was as good as you'll get, and it wasn't the traditional off spinner. He ran in, bowled around the wicket to the left-hander, and it just the angle in, and then just a little bit of swing away. It was a sensational delivery. Just the single, of the brilliant Mujib. 112 for 6.
And 32. Been a disappointing show. Right from the top. Liton Das coming in as a stand-in captain. This couldn't make an impact. They found themselves in abyss at the moment. Omazai will bowl his third over.
It'll be more than one wide.
Rare wide from the Afghanistan bowlers. They remained disciplined throughout the day. Bangladesh, on the other hand, gave away 33 extras. 19 of them were wide.
So we keep talking about the World Cup, which is a few months away, but before then is the Asia Cup. Just wonder whether how do you see the side mapping out? Is Tuskin just being managed tonight, or has Ebodot got the run on Tuskin? Can't imagine Tuskin not being in the starting 11 come Asia Cup time.
Tamim did mention the fact that he would try to come up with three different bowling combinations in all the three matches. Just to have a look at all the fast bowlers. They have 5 of them in the squad. So yeah, it's kind of an experimental process, this series, but at the same time, they would never wanted to lose this series as well.
Haven't seen Shariful Islam yet. We would expect that.